Hey everybody, Eric Dorward here with the Spartan Rocketry Club, and it is time to do some brush painting on my Estes SpaceShipOne model here. Can't say I'm really looking forward to this, but oh well, let's do it. So I have painted, the whole thing is just gloss white at the moment. It's okay, it's not my best paint job ever. There was a decent amount of, it's not really bad blistering, but there is some blistering on pretty much all. Ooh, yeah, well, this part's pretty bad. This probably should be sanded down and then repainted. But, yeah, anyway, this generally happens when you use too much paint, and there's not really much you can do for it other than sand it and give it another go. The fins themselves, it's not the greatest finish either, honestly. There's, especially back here, there is a good amount of the grain in the wood that I can still see. This part's pretty good. This part's okay, but not great. Really, this probably needed, especially the fins back here, needed at least one more, maybe two more passes with my wood fill. Anyway, so that's all fine and dandy, but here are the nice glossy cover bit here. The decals there are a lot of decals, frankly. But we'll get to them. See, look at all those decals. There's a lot of decals. Unfortunately, none of them are this red here or the red on the edge of the fins. The instructions call for me to spray paint this. No clue how that's happening. I can't even begin to imagine how I would end up masking that off in order to just do the outside edge of these. I don't know. So I'm just gonna paint it. So I've got some acrylic paint here. I also have a paper towel just in case I need it, and I have a small paintbrush here. I'm gonna start off really light, and I'm gonna do just these leading edges here. So I'm just gonna load up the tiniest bit of paint. And this is the place where you need steady hands, which I don't particularly have. And I am just going to do my best to carefully paint the edge of this only. Now, I can see that it's already leaking over, which is fine. That's why I have my paper towel here. I'm just going to try to do my best to take off whatever I've added. This is water-based, so you can just use a bit of water to clean up anything that comes over the side. And that side's actually not bad, so don't worry about that. This stuff is not as thick as the black paint that I like to use, so this is definitely going to take multiple passes to get the depth of color. Because right now it is not very red, honestly. But I'm going to take it easy here because I'd rather have multiple passes on this to get it up to the appropriate color level than to end up doing a particularly bad job and having paint all over the place and having it look particularly amateurish. Right. Same deal again. This is over the side bit, so I'm just going to blot. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting paint on the near side to me, which isn't terribly surprising, honestly, but that's what I'm going to try to avoid doing here. Okay. I might even want a finer brush than this, but my intention is to use this to do, all the detail work. And this is the right width that I want to use for the leading edge of the main fin. So that's my intention using this particular brush. that's not bad color-wise. We'll see what happens when it dries. I will repeat the process over here, but for the time being, let's give the leading edge a go. There aren't any particular instructions for this, how wide it is. I'm going to use the width of the brush then as my guide. So I'm going to load up a bit more paint, and I'm just going to brush it right across. I'm going to brush away from the main rocket body here for the last little bit. So that's as wide as I want it to be. That's clearly, just terrible coverage, so it's going to need more. But I at least have the width set at this point. So I'm just going to do a bit of an additive process here, put a little bit more paint on each pass. And I'm not going to get nice, good coverage on this this go. I mean, it's going to take more than one coat. It's kind of the short version here, and that's fine. Alright, that's probably good for now. I'm going to fill in this part right here, and then do that part there, and then I need to do the underside as well. Again, I'm going to start at the middle, paint across to set the width of this thing. There we go. And that should basically do it for setting how wide I need the paint to be here. And again, I'm going to try to do a little bit of additive painting, but not getting near that edge because I don't want to remove or mess with my edge because it's about as good as I'm liable to get. That's actually not great on this side. Let's see if I can't straighten that up a little bit. There we go. That looks better. You could certainly try masking this off, and I've considered it, but a lot of this stuff is so narrow that I don't really know that I would do a decent job of it, and there's corners to go into with the tape, so yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to try to smooth this out, and this is going to, of course, take more than one application to get a good coat on it, especially since I'm painting over top of the glossy paint, which it's not going to adhere as well. Alright, so the other half of it, I should probably take the nose cone off. The other half of it's just going to be more of the same. There's not any particular reason to watch that, but again, I'm going light. This is going to take probably 3 coats, I would think, to get decent coverage. If you want to try masking it, go nuts. It's probably the way to make this look the best, but anytime I hand brush, my work generally gets a little amateur hour anyway. So, alright, thanks for watching. I'm going to do the rest of this off camera, and then it'll be time for the decals. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.